Hey, it's me again. Explain a little bit how this build works uh, offensively without any power charges. I have 27,000 deeps using ethereal knives, faster casting, spell echo, increased critical damage, and added fire. I usually use a 5L coil, but for the earlier video, decided to just use a random 5 link chest to show you don't need a coil. And additionally, I also use a max level Arctic armor. Uh, Also, I tend to use, also because it's harder to roll in a coil, but I use usually a ethereal knives and the faster projectiles, which gives you incredibly longer range. So that like pretty short. God damn it. Yeah, much longer. Pretty much off screens. Just with that faster projectiles gem, you don't even need any faster projectile mods on a wand if you choose to use a wand. Oh, and by the way, with faster projectiles, instead of faster casting, you only have 24,000 instead of 27,000 damage. But it's nicer to have off-screen stuff. What else? Oh yeah, interestingly enough, since we're at crit build, let's look at our stats for EK. So 24,000 deeps. Critical chance is only 30%, which is pretty low, I guess, for crit builds. But we do make use of the Herald of Thunder, Assassin's Mark, kind of curse on hit thing. And so Assassin's Mark helps bring up our crit chance significantly. And additionally, you could improve this build with Voidbringers. I think that would help a lot. Basically 2 or 3 power charges equivalent. Yeah, so interestingly, basically the increased crit damage gives us more damage than a faster casting. So with crit, it's 24,000. With faster casting, it's 22.5. So I guess for offense, pretty straightforward. I guess other things we're running hatred, and wand has cast speed and critical chance, in addition to some spell damage. And we're running the Dorgani's Invitation belt. For that life leech, it's not necessary. A rustic sash with life and resists would do. But yeah, this belt is really nice, basically, for this build. Other than that, for defenses, there's quite a bunch of stuff. So first, I have like overcapped resistances and 74% lightning resists with a lightning coil without running Purity of Lightning, which I can swap in instead of Tempest Shield. And I'm actually running Tempest Shield to increase my block chance because I am running a max spell block build. So 5974 without Tempest Shield, with Tempest Shield 6375. Of course, using the Lajoar, the Rainbow Strides, and Wrathpith, of course. So generally, with my coil, I also have Arctic Armor running, and I can't sustain the mana cost running around, so that's why I use Lightning Warp. It's still leveling some of those gems, that's why it's pretty slow. 1910 reduced duration, Lightning Warps, already used the recipe on it, and faster casting. Still need to get that 20%. So yeah, what else for defense? So yeah, we have the max spell block, really high, normal block chance. I actually only have 3,000 life, which is pretty low. But when using faster projectiles in REK, tend to off-screen mobs and really don't get hit all too much. Also running that max level Arctic armor, which prevents a lot of physical and fire damage. So it's fairly tanky, and I have two cast when damage taken set up. One is a low level, level 1, linked to Enduring Cry and Enfeeble. And the second one, basically max leveling the cast when damage taken, Molten Shell, Increased Duration, and Immortal Call. So this is kind of sketchy for us. Cast when you take 2,800 damage, we only have like 3,000 life. Pretty sketchy. Kind of leveling it just to quality it later for the Immortal Call. Might not be best to run a max level cast when damage taken. Yeah, so I guess that's it for the offensive and defensive stats here. For my passive tree, basically focusing on anything relating to spells, projectiles, cast speed, and of course block and crit. So I started as a shadow. Obviously we take some nodes in Witch as well, so Witch start is as good or better because you actually get 1 point into the mana regen node, which is really useful. So basically what I did is kind of the normal crit, take fizz damage, go down to Ballistic Mastery for extra range, and Heart of the Yoke because that's an awesome node. There's this Charisma cluster here, which is nice for auras. Thing is, it's you could actually also take these nodes. It's one more node, but a little bit more effect. So kind of up to you there. You can just take both clusters once you're higher level. We take basically all the block nodes, block clusters, so Sanctuary, Spiritual Guardian. We take this little shield block node right here, and we take the Wall of Thorns cluster. A lot of people like taking the Deflection cluster, but it's kind of further away from where we are. It does pass through a few life nodes though, so that'd be good. So yeah, we take basically crit nodes, take all the power charges off the tree, and also get the one in Merciless. Take some nice crit nodes and life. Use Eldritch Battery for extra mana and mana regen. Basically need that to sustain Ethereal Knives, plus the cost of standing still with Arctic Armor. It gets pretty high. Took this spell damage per power charge node because we're running 7 power charges at 28% spell damage. I think it's significant, not really sure. Get into the awesome Witch starting nodes through the critical nodes, so those are great. Grab this node again just to get a nice boost to mana and mana regen. Let's see what our actual mana regen is. It's 179, so it's pretty low, all things considered. And I'm also using 2 60% mana regen rings. So mana regen not great, but it's more than enough to sustain Ethereal Knives and the Arctic Armor, as long as you're lightning warping around. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You guys got something from this?